Chasing happiness, running through the rain, turning all the little things into something great. With every heartbeat, we're finding our way. This is the moment, today's the day.
Welcome back to another episode of Chasing Happiness. Today we're joined with Emma, who's going to discuss all things Macra with us.
Where are we on?
Hi, Emma. So do you want to start us off? How did you know Macra, or come to Macra, or join Macra, or what is Macra all about?
I knew about Macra from a very young age because my parents were both in Macra. Like, we were clearing out at home one day and we found certificates from my mum when she was secretary of Mallow Macra in the 90s.
That is crazy.
Isn't that mad?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And when my aunt was PRO.
I'll go away.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Isn't it?
That's
Yeah.
cool.
So we found the paperwork and everything. So I was like, this is really interesting. But I'm like, when I turned 17, my parents were like, oh, join Macra. And I was like, no.
I'm not doing that.
You did it. It's not for me.
I was like, no, thank you. I know nobody my age. Even though Macra is for 17 to 35-year-olds. When I was 17, I didn't know anyone in Macra.
Yeah.
Like, I had very few friends, like, at the time. And I was big into Taekwondo, and I still am, but still.
Yeah.
But, like, I still wasn't going to join at the time.
Yeah.
But when I met Clive then when I was 21, not in Macra, by the way. I know you said that in another podcast.
Sorry.
And he brought in, his friend was representing his area in the Mr. Personality Festival in Kilkenny, which is just big, like the Rose Tree for men, basically. You know yourselves, it's great fun. So I went up and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll go with you, no bother. And the first person I met when I walked in the door was Brian. He was chair at the time of Ballyhoward Macra. And he's my neighbour. And he came straight up to me. He said, "You're not in Macra." And I was like, "No, I am not in Macra." Little did I know that 6 hours later, Brian would find me on the dance floor at 3 a.m. and
After getting a receptionist to print off a Macra application form.
yeah, and he had a wire and all.
That he stole from reception.
Yeah, and he had it all in his hand and he was like, "Sign your life away." And I was like, "No bother."
Yeah, he literally, I remember that. He literally didn't. He turned around and was like, "Dude, on my back."
Yeah.
So that you had said, that's how we fought. Like, we were like,
hilarious.
me
That's
and
how we
Brian
met.
now, was that the Saturday night or the Friday night?
That was Saturday night.
Yeah, okay, so at that
Saturday.
point, me and Brian have been drinking since Friday. So you can imagine there was no hope of having an argument. It was sign. I didn't even know who she was. He was like, "I know her." I'm like, "She's joining."
She's joining. Let's go.
Yeah, because that's what I was saying at your hen. I know how we met. I have no recollection of how we met, though. Like, I don't actually remember speaking to you that night. You're just the person that I was like, "Here's a form. Write your life away."
And I didn't know bother.
You did.
Because I suppose when I walked into that first event, I never felt as comfortable or as safe in an environment where I only knew two people.
Yeah.
I knew Clive and I knew Brian. That was it.
And how well would you have known Brian, or was it a case of you got to be, obviously you've become better friends because of Macra, but would you have known him well enough that you were like, "Oh, I know a person," because you were saying at the start that you didn't know anybody in it?
Like, I knew him to see. We would have had a few words at the gate and stuff. I was out walking and things. So he'd be a good bit older than me.
Yeah.
But we became very good friends through Macra after that. It was just great. It was just great crack, like.
And once you joined in, did you know other people, or you were just like, because that's the thing with Macra, you don't have to know anybody, but you know everybody.
Oh, stop. Like, I felt like there was nearly, like, I feel like when I joined Macra, everyone was nearly fighting each other to come up and introduce themselves
Yeah.
and shake hands with you. It was lovely to be so welcomed.
Yeah.
Did you start to go to meetings then, or like how did you like progress in Macra? Like,
I didn't do anything for a while, and then I decided one evening, "Do you know what? Now I'm going to go to a meeting."
just randomly, you're like,
I just said I'd
today's the
finally
day.
bite the bullet
Yeah.
and go to a meeting. And it was when Brian was still chairperson, and we were trying to organise the club barbecue.
Oh.
In Walsh's in Kildare. Great crack. That was a great night. That was my first local Macra event where I actually got, like, I looked around the room and I was like, "I know nobody," but I just, other than Brian really. And I was like, I just roll with it. And I remember there was a competition to win a free burger and hot dog at the barbecue, and I won that. So
It was just meant to be. The universe was like, "You're supposed to be here."
Yeah, the universe kind of said, "I'm supposed to be in Macra." And yeah, like it's such a mixed bag because you have the young 17-year-olds and all the way up to 35-year-olds, and everyone has like one kind of common group and everyone has one group in common, and it's just that everyone just wants to have the crack.
Yeah.
Like you saw it on my head, like everyone like that was there that I knew from Macra, they loved it. They were just in such positive energy.
Yeah, and that's one thing I think I felt when I was still an active member. Active. It didn't matter your age. You know, like the young people were almost mature enough to get on with the older people, because even us, like there's almost a 5-year age gap. It's okay, I don't look at it, it's fine.
I'm the youngest. I'm the youngest.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like I don't feel like at any point I'm like, oh my God, they're so young and immature. Or that you're going, she's an old fogey. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like that's across the board with Macra. If you're with the oldest and you're one of the youngest, you're not like, oh my God, they're so old. Everybody is just there. It's like when I was active, I don't know what it's like now, but it was just a level kind of playing field and everybody got on, and it was more about just having the crack.
Yeah, and it's still the same way. And
you know,
like there's so much to it. You basically put into it what you want to get out of it. So like I know that there was big changes in Ballyhour around the time I joined. Like loads of people were finishing up roles. There was a bit of a struggle to get new members, things like that. So I was in Macra only a couple of weeks, and I was treasurer of the club. And I was like, what do I do here? I know nothing about being treasurer. And next thing then, anyway, I got more and more involved after that, and it was just fantastic.
Can you explain a little bit like about the different roles that are in Macra for people that don't know anything at all about Macra? Like what?
Yeah. So there's loads of different parts to it. Like you can be whatever you want, basically. So you have a chairperson who basically makes all the decisions. I've done that. Okay. That was fun. I did that during we were kind of coming out of COVID. So some of my first meetings were on Zoom. As chairperson,
I do remember those meetings.
They were fun.
I did show up to those ones.
I did not.
There was good engagement actually from our club during COVID. Like there was literally something to do every week on Zoom. Yeah, during COVID, and it was mighty. Secretary was the last role I held in the club, so that's just typing up all the minutes and doing the agendas and sending out the text messages, things like that. Yeah. Treasurer then is dealing with all the money and organising the grants and things like that, and just deciding how best to spend the money. So that was a very difficult role to go into first. I'm not gonna lie, because sure, I knew nothing. I was looking
pressure of it, like dealing with all the money, and it
was stressful. There was 2 cash boxes, and I was like, what do I do?
Thank you.
But that was fine anyway. There was loads of training opportunities, so I just did those, and it was great. And there was another way as well to meet other people who were in the same boat. A lot of people who just didn't know what they were doing, and they were just rolling with it, which was fantastic.
But it's great that you get all those opportunities from just taking on a role within Macra. Like you said, you did a lot of training and stuff. It's great that you have those opportunities.
Yeah. Like the whole goal really at the end of the day is to develop leaders in the community.
Okay.
And just building up people's confidence that they can do all these amazing things. The other role then you can hold in a club and regional level is PRO. So that's social media, newspapers. By the time this goes out, I will probably be finished up, but at the moment I'm the PRO for the county, so for the whole county of Cork.
That's very exciting.
So it's
a lot of work.
It's I really enjoy it, and like it's great to see what other clubs are doing and just say, I saw Dunamore Macra doing a trad night. Ballyhour should do that.
Yeah.
Or I saw Whitechurch Macra are doing drama this year. I think we should do that. So it's a great way of also stealing other people's ideas.
We don't do things like that in Ballyhour.
I know, like even I see now Bantier Macra and Allbeg Macra did a big push for club members to give blood there over the last couple of weeks because it was on in Mallow.
I actually saw that as well. Yeah, I saw that on Instagram.
The power of social media is great.
But I do think that because like when I first started Macra, social media wasn't what it is now. So trying to get the word out there was so hard because it was like, do people still read? I don't read newspaper, but that's what I was relying on to try and, that newsletters in local parishes and stuff. And it was like, this is so difficult. Yeah. Whereas now I'm like, what are they doing? oh yeah, look at my Insta, found ya. Do you know what I mean? So I do feel like it's getting that bit easier, but it's also more pressure because I had to worry about one email with everybody, all the different papers linked, whereas now you have to do TikTok, Instagram, Facebook.
There's so much.
Still do the newspapers, still do the newsletters. There's so much. I'm like, I'm glad I did that. There is perks to being old. There is perks to being old.
And and at the moment now at North Cork level, I'm the competition secretary, so I do all the administrative side of all the clubs in North Cork competing in Aberdeen region. So
do you ever stop?
No. But as I said, you get out of it what you put into it. And now I can walk into a meeting. I can walk into a social thing on my own, and I know most of the room, and it's great.
Do you feel like it's built your confidence that way? So from going from a 17-year-old being like, I'm not joining, I know nobody, to now waltzing into a room and being like, I know everyone.
Oh, come here. Like, it's just brilliant that way because, like, everyone's just so nice as well. When you walk into a room in Macra, like, everyone will welcome you, and then people are mad to get to know you as well, still to this day. And I suppose, looking back now, 17-year-old Emma would not have gotten up on stage at the Blue Jean Country Queen Festival 2 years ago now I did that, I think, and talked about, in front of a full function room, and talked about things like being chased by a swan and things like that. You know, I wouldn't have done it.
The most random of things.
I was taught a funny story about myself on the application form.
Okay.
And that was like that was a fantastic weekend because there was like 25 women, and we had to be escorted everywhere. We were queens. We had the whole sash thing, like the Rose Trilly, and it was just a wild weekend. Like, we got to play soccer dressed up as people from the Eurovision, and then we got to stay with local families in the community, and we got to go out to this farm to do like bonding activities and things like that, like baking bread and things. So that's straight away, that's 25 new people I know.
Yeah.
And even one of the girls who was on the hen was actually one of the girls I became very good friends with around the time we did Blue Jeans.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, that was Christine.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
I like her.
So like, that was like, you make friends with the most random people. Like, even there's one girl now who couldn't come on the hen now, like, and she felt so bad about it that she was like, we're having a Macra hen.
Yeah.
I'm throwing you a Macra hen.
We've got another 10 weeks of the build up. It's going to be 10 weeks of Emma.
So she was like, get all your Macra friends together now, and we're going to go and do something nice just to there 4 weeks before the wedding. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
No bother.
I do feel like that's Macra across the board though, because like anytime I even had to go, you never went to any of the big like training days or any of these things. Even then, as you were saying, you're nearly a celebrity when you walked in because everybody was rushing over and they're like, hi, what club are you with? Where are you from? And I'm like, who are you?
Why are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm like, do I know you? And because I'm so bad with names, everybody acts like they've already met you. And I'm like, oh crap, I don't know your name.
Yeah.
Did we meet? And then I'd ask like whoever I was with, and they're like, you've never seen that person in your life. I'm like, okay, fair.
My God, yeah.
What was I going to say? I know you're saying that you and Clive didn't meet in Macra. But do you still consider yourself the way the rest of us do? Like, me and Owen literally met through Macra. Are we still calling you a Macra couple and this is a Macra wedding?
I suppose so, because there's still going to be loads of Macra people at the wedding.
It's going to be carnage.
Yeah.
Macra everywhere, like.
And even like, I saw this lovely idea at another wedding where the bride and groom got all the Macra people to stand in for a photo, and I'm just like, there's going to be a lot of those.
That would be hilarious.
There's going to be a lot
Poor
of
Sean.
He's
going to spend the night just being like, how do I fit you all in?
And like, even when we were looking at wedding venues, a big consideration was the evening invitation. Like, how many people could we possibly fit in for the evening? Because like, I'm involved in county, I'm involved in the region, and then both Clive and I are involved in our club, heavily involved in our clubs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
We have to invite, that we need to include in some shape or form.
Yeah.
So we said, you know what, now we'll just pick the place that'll give us the most amount of bodies that possible in the room. And that's how we picked our wedding venue, basically, on that.
It is going to be carnage.
Now you see why I have now decided I will try and get a sitter.
Yeah.
I
sense. Yeah.
Only for Emma. I don't do this for other people, but for you, I'll make an exception.
No, but you know, like I've grown in so many ways since I joined Macra. Like,
Yeah.
I even, like when I first started, I had no friends really, like when I was 21. But now, like, I can say I have so many friends, I had to have 2 hen parties.
Yeah. And I think it's crazy that you'd even say that though, because like looking at your group at the hen, it's such a mixed bag that I'm like, to me, it wouldn't have been a Macra thing. I'm like, she just would have been popular anyway. Because literally, I think all of us were just, it wasn't it. It was a cute little bunch of weirdos that just came together and
we're
loved
all
life.
so different.
Yeah,
So
nobody.
different.
Such a mixed bag.
As different as we were, it was like, but I get it. I see the similarities.
Yeah.
You know, there was people a lot whiter than me that are Macra people, and I'm like, oh yeah, but I can talk to them when it's when my social battery is just a little bit low. I'll go talk to him. And then there's the ones that I'm like, oh my god, there's a person crazier than me.
Yeah.
I did not know this existed on the planet. Give me all of this.
Yeah.
You know. So as much as we were all different, we all meshed well.
Yeah.
But looking around, I can't imagine a time in your life when you wouldn't have been popular because there was such a different variety of people that it's like, Emma shy.
What?
And
When?
I used to
How?
be like, I literally wouldn't have spoken to many people like.
I did not know that version.
No. I did not either.
Yeah, you never met that person.
I came along just after that version. Like, yeah.
College helped a bit there now as well.
Yeah.
I went to Mary I, but no, I think Macra definitely pushed me on even more. Like, even I never would have dreamed that I would have been a runner-up for Leader of the Year. So that was 21 or 22. It was. I was definitely chairperson of Ballyhowra at the time, and I think I was just finished as Rural Youth Officer for the region at the time. So all I did really there was promote like positivity within living in rural Ireland, people being proud of living in rural Ireland. And during COVID, I organised a walking competition between all the clubs, which was a great way of getting people out, and it was all very positive. And then the whole thing was that if you were the winner at the end of the week, you got a voucher to pay for like a pizza party for your club when we were allowed to have meetings again.
Yeah, I like
So
that.
we
should bring that back. I love rural Ireland.
Yeah, we can see that.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Friends wise, because we discussed this before starting. Ye would have been friends.
Yeah.
But we would have been friends before Macra. We would have been friends.
That's what I'm saying. You were
together.
friends outside of Macra, but none of us would have known each other.
No.
She made me join Macra. She harped on about it so much that she just would not stop. That I was like, okay, I'll join. Okay, I'll join and I'll give it a try.
You're not the only one I did that to, though. Like there.
This is why this is the best drunken decision me and Brian ever made.
Yeah.
The amount of things she
Ballyhowra thrived because of that decision.
Exactly. I could sit back and be like, I don't even need to be here anymore. It's in safe hands. But no, what I was going to say is, do you think that it has helped? Because obviously there's a lot of people you wouldn't be friends with that would be in your close circle now.
Absolutely.
So do you think that your best friends, I'm doing inverted commas for those of you that are listening, are those you've met through Macra?
I would say some of them are my closest friends, definitely, because we see each other all the time. Like, even I think this evening now, I think we're going to a thing in Dunamore now, like just a big group of us from Macra, like, and like one of the girls coming up from Dingle from the Gaeltacht, like,
away.
Yeah, she's on her Gaeltacht placement for teaching, and she's on about coming up home for the night because she knows that the Macra club will be out.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, this is great.
Yeah, there's always something to do in Macra.
There's always something to do. Like, even I'll never forget it during COVID. There was everyone else was all my friends who weren't in Macra were all like doom and gloom. There's nothing to do because we were in a lockdown that January, I remember. And I was like, well, I'm doing a board game night on Zoom with these people. And then I think Meath Macra are organising a cocktail making night on Zoom, so I'm going to that. And there was and then I think we were watching a film on Netflix some night together.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. And I only remember it because there is photo evidence, because at some point I took a photo, but I was drinking.
But like, there was something to do every week that January, like when everyone else was like cooped up at home doing nothing, I had something to do, and it was brilliant.
Yeah.
And sure, I got to meet people from like Louth Macra, like who I never would have seen before.
Yeah.
And it was all through Zoom.
Oh, that's the thing, like, because it's all over the country. The amount of times I've gone, randomly somewhere. Like literally you named the most obscure place and they're like, oh, hi Laura. I'm like, hey, how's things? I met you in Macra. What are you doing here? You know, you can't go, once you join, I feel like you can't go anywhere in Ireland without knowing somebody.
Oh, stop. Even myself and Clive went to the Highland Show there a couple of weeks ago and we met so many Macra people on the plane.
Yeah.
Doing the same thing as us, going over and back in the one day. Do you know,
That's
like
hilarious.
that says enough. And we met loads of people at the Highland Show who were staying overnight when we got there then as well, like from Macra as well. And even like there's always people everywhere. Even I think the week after, remember the snow now back in January.
Mm-hmm.
A few of us went to a Macra competition. It was like the capers, so it's singing, dancing, acting, all in one show in 20 minutes, just for anyone who's listening. And we ended up in this random place in the middle of the mountains in Kilkenny. Like there was still ice on the road.
Oh God.
There was still ice on the road, and the thaw had well happened at that stage.
Yeah.
So, and we didn't know where we were. It was, and there was fog and everything. But we were like, nope, we're going, and that's that.
You're crazy people.
Crazy.
And you know, we got a great night's entertainment out of it, so it was well worth it.
I do like capers. I do enjoy the capers.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to just go and watch it.
I've been.
Have you?
I went to that.
You went to the Cork County round.
Was it the Cork County?
It was in the really cold hall.
Oh, it was really cold.
in Cookstown.
Yeah. it
No,
was really cold.
I love. That's one of my favorite competitions to
I
watch.
did
'Cause I'm
go
like,
to-
this is just a mess of stuff put together.
I did go to another capers, didn't I?
Did I bring
I
up
thought
the
you went to
final
two.
in Mount Mellick this year?
Was Adele with us?
Possibly. You definitely went to another one.
I did. It was me, you, and Adele, wasn't it? In the car. Was there someone else? I have
That was when we went
recollection.
up to Mount Mellick, yeah. Like, when else are we going to go to places
Yeah, because
like Mount Mellick?
Fremount were in it, weren't they? Fremount
They
were
were,
in
they
it.
came
Yeah,
second.
so Carolyn and them were there. Yeah. No, we went
Yeah,
up
but
to that.
like, random, like going up to Mount Mellick on a Saturday night.
Yeah, the most random thing. Yeah.
Oh, but sure, even for me, like it's not as obscure for ye,
Mhm.
but like some of the pubs we had to do for Avondhu competitions, and I'm like, how is this in Avondhu? Like I'm literally nearly outside Charleville. I'm not, but you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
I'm so far away.
Yeah.
How are we still? I could never figure out Avondhu.
I found
As a region.
that quite hard.
Avondhu is such a weird region.
Yeah, but sure, even the Ballyharrow Club, when I realised how far that covered, I'm like,
How?
what? Because it's like Ballyorgan,
Mhm.
Art Patrick, all of these, and I'm like,
I found that very hard to start to understand that there's clubs and then there's a different level and there's so many different
Yeah.
levels. I was like, wait, what are we doing? Where are we
Yeah.
now? Who is this for? It confused me. And the whole Avondhu thing, I was like, what does that mean?
yeah,
Like,
no, because like clubs that I would have assumed Glanmire
Yeah.
would be Avondhu because they're in
Yeah.
Cork, they can buy the Avondhu.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, it's where the Avondhu gets sold.
That is hilarious.
Why would I think differently? And then I realised, no, they're Shandoon,
Yeah.
which is a whole nother region,
Mhm.
and Avondhu goes to places that the Avondhu paper doesn't get
Yeah.
sold. So I was like, how do you
What?
figure, like who came out with the map and figured this one out? Because they
It's-
need to discuss this with
I know,
me.
I find it very weird because like Avondhu is just the whole of tippy top North Cork all the way down beyond Whelan, like,
Yeah.
and then you have Shandoon, which is like Cork City,
Mhm.
and then there's Carberry, which is West Cork, which some of them have to travel nearly 2 hours to a meeting, like,
That's insane.
which is crazy.
Mhm.
yeah.
And then you have Muskerry, which is where Clive's region is.
Mhm.
Like, that's just like outside Cork City kind of a direction. That's the only way I can explain it.
Mhm.
On the way down to Kerry kind of a way. And then you have Imekilly, which is like Middleton direction. And they're
Sorry,
We
her face.
don't-
She's like, there's another one.
there's another one. There's 5 regions in Cork.
How did I not know that? Like,
Yeah.
how did I not?
No,
that,
I
Did you
only-
not know Cork is huge?
it is
Yeah.
huge,
We
but I
just
didn't
take
know there was
over.
5.
Fine,
Yeah, but you know, like we don't really see Imekilly that often.
Yeah.
Like in fairness, and John, now they're all a lovely bunch down there as
Yeah.
well.
I do actually forget that they're there, though. I suppose they kind of, not that they're anything to do with Waterford, but they're kind of closer that direction.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, for example, if you're going to go Dunamore, it's like for you, nearly 2 seconds this way. Glanmire for me is 2 seconds this way. Like those Cork ones, because Carberry as well, I don't think I'd know many there.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of the other ones.
Like again, I know a lot of them just because like from going to the meetings and going on
Yeah.
going socializing and
Yeah.
gallivanting as my mother calls it. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
but no, like my mother literally is like at the weekends, have you any Macra things on this weekend? And I'm just like, well, where am I going this week?
Do I stop? It was heavily advertised before I joined as a club for farmers. Do you
That's what I
think
thought it
that,
was.
yes. Do you think that so you obviously would think that stigma around it is still there?
A little bit, because obviously I'm not a farmer or had anything to do with farming. So at the start I was like, farmers, or even anyone that I would have told within my circle, they're like, oh, the group for farmers. And I was like,
Yeah.
it's not actually like, now I wouldn't think it now that I was a member and
Yeah.
everything. But at the start I very much would have just been like, what am I doing? I do not belong here, because you'd be in a room, everyone's talking about cows, farming, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I know nothing. But
I literally remember when I was PRO, actually having to do an entire thing of not just for farmers.
Yeah.
And the top table at the time, there was one farmer on the top
Mhm.
table, and the rest of us, like Brian's IT, I was beauty therapy.
Yeah.
I can't remember who was on the top table with me, but I know we only had one farmer, and I was like, this is why it's not just for farmers. But like even across here, the three of us, we have a stay-at-home mom / beautician, and a teacher,
Mhm.
you know, but all of us enjoy Macra.
Yeah.
So how would you advertise it if somebody came up to you and went, give me a quick summary, what is Macra?
I would say it's for any young person living in rural Ireland, because you've pointed it out. Not everyone living in rural Ireland is a farmer.
Mhm.
Like there's a lot, and like there's so much need for Macra now to keep rural Ireland alive
Mhm.
and keep it going and keep people staying in their areas.
Yeah.
Like it's interesting. Even most of I don't know that many people that have immigrated
Mhm.
because most of my friends are in Macra and everyone's staying around.
Yeah.
Whereas I see it with some of my friends who aren't in Macra. Like their friends are all gone to Australia and Dubai and all those
I
places.
did it before. I joined
Yeah.
Macra when I came back.
And I suppose it's all about more keeping rural Ireland alive and well and keeping all the young people there.
Yeah.
And there's so many different activities that are not just farming.
Mhm.
Like there's drama, there's talent competition.
Mhm.
So you can do instruments, set dancing, all of those nice things. And then you have the sports. Like I never would have played tag rugby before I joined Macra. Didn't know the rules. I was like, just give me a pair of shorts and a pair of tags, and I'll just run and hope for the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know? And like that was the way it was. And then there is the farming competitions like the farm skills, which Ballyhora are in the final for. Woohoo!
Thanks to my sister's boyfriend.
Exactly. And then you have all the animal judging as well, like
The stock judging and stuff.
judging
Yeah.
and things. So that's like it's fairly balanced, but it's more just keeping young people living in rural Ireland is what I would say it is, and it's
giving them a place to go, because like for a lot of rural Irish, it's like for me here now, we have one pub, but it's like 10 minutes away, or another pub. So if you're going out, you're drinking.
Mhm.
Whereas this is, you're going to meetings, you're socializing. Can you have a drink? Absolutely.
Mhm.
Nobody's going to stop you. But it's not the only way to get out of your house is to go to a pub.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We can just meet up. We can just, like, I never drank at any of the meetings because I had a 35 minute drive to get there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I should have not been in Ballyhara, but look at. I made the right decision.
Yeah, exactly. Ballyhora has been labelled the friendliest club in North Cork.
Oh.
In Avondy region, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like being part of that.
We're the friendliest club.
Maybe I should reactivate that thing. I'm too old.
You can still do the sports to your party.
There you go.
I don't think I can even. I don't think I'll even be moving at 40. But yeah, no, I age out fairly soon. It'll be a sad day for the parish.
It'll be a fair sad day for the club. I know, but like
I'll still show up randomly if you're at like the ball, you had there.
that ball was
Yeah, I'll
amazing.
just show up randomly throughout the years and be like, hi, remember me?
I'm still here.
What I thought was amazing actually at that ball was when we took the club photo.
I thought that was crazy. Yeah.
That was a logistical nightmare. Like if Sean Sharp thinks that my wedding photos are going to be a big job, that club photo was definitely
Yeah.
a big
I was
job.
surprised though, because even the amount that showed up present club,
Yeah.
I don't think from being in it 2 minutes there now, I'm trying to do maths. With about 10 years. Like, so I joined about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever had, like, we've had it on the books that many, but actively show up to an event. I was like,
There was a lot there that night.
yeah, because I was like, are they the past people too? Like, how do you?
There was very few past people. Most of them were active.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I've not seen that ever in Ballyhara anyway.
Yeah.
You know, like you would have in clubs like Fermoy, because Fermoy was a huge club back when I started.
And Banter and Fremont as well.
Yeah, whereas Ballyhara was, I think it's because it is, as I said, it's a huge region, but it's a small-ish place because there's not a lot of people going to travel from all of these places, you know. Like literally from anybody, if you're outside of Kildare traveling from all the places we cover, it's like 10, 15 minutes if you're close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and then you have the psychos like me, they're like, oh, I'll just add on another 10, 15 minutes. So I think that's why we struggled to get, when I was there, to get a lot of people. And then, as I said, lack social media. Whereas now I feel like you've just blown up. Like I was literally, myself and Brian were just sitting there like proud little parents being like, what the heck?
What the heck?
This has never happened. But like there's still so many there from when we stepped back.
Yeah.
Do you know? So it was lovely to see that. And there was still a good few of us that came as past members.
Yeah.
Do you know, you had family members there?
Oh, we have them all, I think. We had all that founding committee at
I can't remember, to
I
be
think
fair.
we did.
I had a couple of drinks that night.
Just a few.
I took the cut in the cake photo, and they were. I'm fairly sure they were all there.
Yeah.
And they were all still very young, because our club is a very young club compared to the others.
Yeah.
Which and considering the numbers that we did, says enough about us.
Yeah.
We just love having the crack. I definitely joined the right club, like, because
for sure.
like the positive energy that came from everyone, like from the minute I walked into a Ballyhora meeting to now, and it's still as positive as it was.
I feel like even though, because look, it's inevitable that at some points there's going to be, you know, miscommunications, fallings out. It's a large group of people with a lot of opinions for a lot of stuff, because as you said, you're organising something throughout. But I feel like 9 times out of 10, it's a club that's very good at going, no, we're not going to do this. Okay, if this is an argument, the chair usually steps up and goes, I'm just calling it now.
Yeah.
It's not an argument. And that squashes it. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's like, if you have an issue, but we're not
dealing with it.
Yeah, like I've seen other clubs fall apart because of that. Whereas I do feel like that's one thing that Ballyhara has managed to maintain, where they're always like, we're not going to have this argument. We're not falling out. If it has to be an argument, as chair, I'll just call the shots. Yeah, but we're not going to do this. Because I do think that as a club, we've always pushed massively for mental health things and, you know, keeping everybody positive and happy. Like even as you said, during COVID, just doing something silly like watching a Netflix movie just so people could be like, oh, there's other people in the world today, you know?
Yeah, and I liked it as well. There was a little chat box as well, and we were all sending little commentaries about the film and stuff. You know?
You know? And there was, I'm not imagining that, was there? There was the distance walks as well, where we'd all go on a walk. But like, I don't know if that was a club thing or a regional thing, but there was definitely a distance walk where you could put in being like, oh, I walked so far today.
Yeah,
and there was other people then doing the same thing.
Yeah, that was the walking thing I was involved in,
Do you know, because I went with...
you took it very seriously.
Oh, I was literally like, nobody is beating me. I literally had nothing else to do during COVID. And then, because, you know, it was the 5K rule first.
Yeah.
Do you see where I live? All I can do is walk. I can't, like, if I have to stay within 5K, I can't even get to a shop.
Exactly.
So for me, I was like, I'll just keep walking. But there was days I was sending in like 30 kilometers.
Yeah.
Because I just didn't, I'd go for a walk with my sister, go for a walk by myself, and then Claire, I'd go for a walk with her as well. So I'd be sending him in. So everybody's like, are you lying about this? And I'm like, no, like, I can legit show you my watch.
It was that last week when we finally won it. I was adding up the steps, and I was so proud.
I know, because there was a person in Mitchellstown who was doing, like, I'm like, where are you pulling these steps from? There's not a hole. And I was like, I will beat you.
And then Billy I think poor Billy had like blisters on his feet and everything from all the steps.
I actually refused. Yeah, I refused. I remember, because I had gotten new runners, and they destroyed the back of my heels, and I shouldn't have been walking.
Yeah, you shouldn't have.
And you were like, oh, we're like this many behind. And I was like, it's fine, I'll do it. I was in so much pain. I'd literally come back and have my feet in bowls of salt water, being like, please don't get infected. And then be like, there's about 4 hours of light left. If I go back out now, we'll win. I was so competitive. I was like, we have to win.
And
that's hilarious.
That Pete's party in one Cochran.
Yeah.
Then that was,
you know,
that was
but like,
well worth it.
Yeah, but that made COVID for me livable.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because I'm a person, as much as I love being on my own, being told I couldn't leave
Mhm.
and I couldn't talk to people. Because even if when I was meeting up with Claire, like we had to have her on one side of the street and me on the other,
We were the
roaring
same.
across,
Yeah.
being like, "Hey, and what did you do today? Did you wake up and get dressed?" Do you know what I mean? Like there was nothing
Yeah.
to even talk about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you're
You
even
know?
needed that as well because you were only living about 3 kilometers
Yeah.
away from me
Yeah.
like at the time, and I'd start walking for a good half an hour just to go to meet Chloe,
Yeah.
and then we go walking
Yeah.
another
Walk it.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we'd walk away from each other. It was hilarious.
Yeah. it was a different time.
Completely.
But then I think it
yeah.
just said how positive Macra was that we had all those things that other,
yeah.
that other groups wouldn't have. I remember there was a big photo campaign. There was 2 years ago, and I ended up going to the president of Macra's house, Elaine Houlihan, and they wanted people from all walks of life for photos, like for say Macra is not just for farmers,
Mhm.
and it was really like I'd never been in. It was some village just outside Kilmallock. I'd never been there before.
Yeah.
And it was in the middle
Most
of nowhere.
random.
And I was just like, yeah, I'll go, no bother. And we all got our photos taken, and there was such a mix there as well.
Yeah.
Sure, was another. I was like, oh yay, meeting new people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, and
But that's it, like, because, like, going back to us, like, we would never.
we would never have crossed paths. It wasn't
Ye
for Macra.
fine because you work together.
We would never have probably.
No,
Never.
No.
And like you were the reason I survived a COVID pregnancy because you also were surviving a COVID pregnancy.
Mhm.
You have literally, for everything that I've ever done work-wise, it's just like, I need help. Can you come? And you're there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, I know my closest circle.
Yeah.
I might have found somehow, but it was Macra that
Yeah, Macra helps you
mushed
find
that.
new people.
But even like my husband, would I be married with kids? Probably not, because I'm a very judgmental person who has high standards for myself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't even be married with kids if it wasn't Macra, because that was an entire Macra event again for Ballyhara.
Yeah.
And here I am 9 years later being like, oh, he's stuck.
Macra is not just for farmers, it's for anyone who just needs people around them.
Mhm.
Especially living in rural Ireland where there's very few opportunities. And what you put into it, you'll get out of it. So if you go in and say, I'm going to go to this event, I'm going to that event, and I'm going to talk to X amount of people, you'll do it, and then it'll all come back and repay you eventually to a stage where you can just walk into a Macra National Festival on your own and you'll find people to talk to, no bother.
And how would you say, if somebody did want to, if there's somebody out there listening and they're like, oh, I want to join, what's the easiest way? Is it going on the website? Is it trying to Instagram you, Facebook you, whatever?
So what a lot of people have actually done since I took over as Cork County PRO, they message the Cork County social media pages on Facebook and Instagram, and they tell me where they're from. And I say, oh, your nearest club is this one.
Oh, cool.
Get onto them on Facebook and Instagram and see when their next meeting is and just rock up.
Yeah. And that's the thing, you don't have to join to go to a meeting.
No.
You can go to a meeting, feel it out, see if you like it, or an
Yeah.
event, feel it out, see if you like it, and then join.
Mhm.
But we are a little pushy, and if we like you, you're ours.
Yeah, you can't leave if we like you.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a very positive space. Everyone's very welcoming, and we all just have it. Everyone's there just to have the crack.
Yeah.
And that's all. It's as simple as that.
It's a bunch of like-minded people from all walks of life that are completely different.
Exactly.
Completely different.
That's the best way to summarize
Yeah.
it.
Thanks. I worked on that. Okay, that is the end of today's episode. We want to thank Emma for showing up and for helping us. And if you want to like, follow, share, and subscribe, and come back for the next episode. Bye.
Bye.